So if you're in the drift scene and you're anything like me, then the concept of a daily drifter is one that excites you. I mean, what is cooler than daily driving your race car? I could think of quite a few things, but if you only drive your race car at the track, what fun is it not being able to enjoy it from your day-to-day driving? But that begs the question, is it ultimately worth it? Sit back, drop a like, and relax as we discuss. And just a heads up, I don't think it is.
The tune that I'm still trying to sort through. I did have to switch tuners from HRI Tuning, which I know is one of the most beloved tuners in the FRS BRZ scene. There's just not nearly as many or as much tuning need on this platform as there once was. So I did have to make the switch to Counter Space Garage CSG. Since I've switched to the CSG tune, the car hasn't been running nearly as lean as it once did. The car is on Injector Dynamics 1050X injectors, which is like the go-to injector solution for all of the boosted 8.6s. And according to Zach at CSG, he's recommended that I go ahead and send off my port injectors and my direct injectors to be serviced. Since he's all the way out on the West Coast, I've been doing some data logging with him, and after looking at some of the tunes on E85, or not tunes, but the data logs, he said that it looks like the car wants more fuel, but isn't getting it in higher loads. We were able to fully polish the 93 tune, but I got flex fuel, baby. I want to use it. And that's where, since E85 by default just uses more fuel, that we started noticing these issues with the fueling. And although I don't daily this car, I got about a half a tank full of E85 that I need to drain. So why not take it and drive it to my girlfriend Jess's house, since we're staying there this evening. Can you say hi to the camera, Django? Say hi. Ooh. Ah. I don't think he likes riding in the FRS as much as I wish he would, but I can't say I blame him, because this thing has just a lot of noise, vibration, just a lot of general harshness in driving it. You know, I would love to take Django drifting one of these days. He's still a puppy. He's only, what, 5 months old? I don't think we should. That would just traumatize him. But hey, at least we'll get him accustomed to loud cars that make a lot of noise, so he doesn't have to be afraid of them. Hold on, buddy. I would like to think in my mind that he likes it. Okay, so now that we're at highway speeds, in 6th gear, cruising at 74 miles an hour, you can see how loud this thing is. You know, if I've had a long day at work, or if I know I'm going to get chewed out by the boss the following day, I don't want all this noise just going on. It's just annoying. It also doesn't help that there's absolutely no interior, no door panels, no sound deadening, full-on race car. The car still does have heat and AC, which is nice. Having that in Florida, glad I didn't remove that years ago when we had the roll cage done. Anything that I can do to help make this thing more dailyable, I'm all for, within reason. Having fixed back bucket seats also is a con of dailying the FRS. It's nice for drifting, but that's where you have to ask yourself, if you're trying to make a daily drift car, what would you weigh more heavily? Fixed back seat, so you don't slide around in drifting, or the creature comforts of having a seat with adjustability to it. When I bought these seats back in, 2016, I wanted full race car. I was bummed, and I thought, hey, I want to have a newer car with no interior, as if it was some type of flex to every other daily driver out there. It's not. That is a dumb mistake that I think a lot of people are making. Keep your interior. Yeah, I definitely had that toxic mindset back in the day when building this thing. You don't need solid sub here, buddy. Yeah, that's the other part of dailying a race car. It's not fun getting out of the damn thing. You have to climb over the freaking door bars, and it's just a pain. Ugh.
So we got to Jess's apartment, and Django just absolutely loves Jess. But anytime I drive the race car to her place, she always asks,
May I drive?
I don't think so. Do you think you'd be able to drive it without curbing my wheels or damaging my body kit?
Only one way to find out.
All right, you got Django under control?
No.
So Django got to play with his best friend, Toby, Jess's roommate's dog. We were able to share a wonderful dinner, and the following morning, it was time to go to work. I had the total intention of taking you guys for a pre-work street drift until I got a check engine light.
PO128. Wonder what that is. I don't think the car's in limp mode, but it'd be extremely stupid for me to, make you guys happy and do a little street drift. But sometimes it just ain't worth it.
So we got to work and we're pulling up in the parking spot, and then this happened.
Oh no, I just crunched the front bumper.
Well, I did make a mistake. I did pull up a little too far forward on the parking block, and luckily it looks like the damage is up underneath the front bumper. That's a bummer. And honestly, I feel stupid. So I'm trying to get work done and be productive, but I'm grieving my front bumper and wondering, what the heck was that check engine light for PO128? I haven't started digging into what that check engine light was for. It didn't cause any drivability issues on the way home. Nonetheless, we still have our issue with the injectors, which I'll probably be pulling relatively soon. And as for daily driving this thing, no, it's not the most ideal, but I like to think that us car guys all exist on a spectrum. You have one side where people drive their cars, they enjoy them, they beat the crap out of them, and they don't really care what they look like physically. And then there's the other side, where if there's anything wrong, mechanically, physically, the car sits in the garage until it's fixed, or cleaned, or whatever the case might be. I definitely treated this car as if I were on this side of the spectrum where I didn't give a crap.
No, God! No, God!
But now I'm actually trying to give a crap. So now on that spectrum, I like to think that I'm somewhat in the middle. You can't stress out over all of the small little details if you ultimately want to drive your car and have fun. Nonetheless, I got a lot of money in this car, specifically in the body kit itself. That's probably, I think, upwards of like $4,500 now if I want to replace it, not including all of the paint work and prep. I mean, heck, I was already stressing over my front bumper coming up on that parking block, and that's, I think, $900 right then and there if I were to cause some serious damage. But at the end of the day, I think if you expect to daily drive a heavily modified car way far away from what it once was being OEM, then prepare for things to go wrong and be prepared mentally and monetarily. That's just part of the game. So with that said, I got some diagnosis to do on the FRS. I got to pull those injectors. So I'll see you in the next one. Hope you guys have an awesome one, and I'll see you soon. Peace.